Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hidden Pearls podcast. We are so excited to be here together and super excited to kick off a brand new season. Pops, what do we have in store?
Bam! There we go. George, good to see you. Emmy, good morning. All right, welcome
Good
everybody to
morning.
the 2024 NFL season with this Kickoff Edition of the Hidden Pearls podcast. I'm joined here today with my co-host, Emma Kittle Ponce, also known as Onna-Bugeisha, which is the Japanese term for a female samurai warrior, and her little brother, George, Toon, the Yugioh blue-eyed white dragon Kittle. This week, the Niners open the 2024 season on prime time, of course, because we're the Niners, and that's just how we frickin' roll on Monday Night Football versus the Arron Rodgers-led New York Jets. Coach Robert Saleh coming back in as the head coach, former DC of the Niners. And we know they're going to be playing great defense, challenging George and everybody, coming after KS, Kyle Shanahan for short, for those who don't know him, and Purdy. Exciting stuff, but on the other side of the ball, will the new look Niners defense be able to rattle Rodgers and keep the Jets from flying high around Levi Stadium? Bam. That and some updates on the Hidden Pearl Studio launch and programming, and much, much more on this NFL season opener of Hidden Pearls podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts, put your chairs upright, because we are taking off. Bam! Let's go.
Bam!
All right.
Bam!
Family check-in. All right. Anybody want to share a highlight of summer, or we're going to go right to the team party, George?
Well, hi, I'm George.
Yeah,
Happy
hi,
to be
George.
here.
Hi, buddy.
I'm also a co-host. You guys both got to say stuff, and I just want to say hi. Happy to be here with my family. What season are we on? Season 4 or 5 of Hidden
5.
Pearls?
5.
Season 5 of Hidden Pearls, which is also Tied in You. Season 5 is coming up next year, so I like how those coincide with each other. Happy to be here. Excited. Training camp was fantastic. We made it through there. No drama at all. Easy peasy training camp. We were all locked in the entire time. Focus was dialed in. Everybody loved playing and practicing together. So yeah, looking forward to Monday Night Football. Boom.
Okay.
That's amazing.
I know. Zero distractions.
I was going to, gosh, it's weird. Like from over where I'm at, I heard about some stuff, but it's all good too.
What?
Yeah, I know. Crazy.
What? What?
Well,
dude, I've told you multiple times to not follow all those accounts.
It's kind of everywhere, but it's all good. I know the ship is tight, on course, in the flow, and wind at its back. So all will be good. Whatever shipmates are on board, we will set to sea with, and we will be fine. So here we go.
Well, the nice thing is all the shipmates are on board.
Oh, good.
All the shipmates are on board. We got a full crew.
Yeah. Trent Williams showed up today. It was fantastic. Just popped in like right at the start of practice. It was really fun. Got a nice big hug from the monster. I even got, I got to my individual period in with him. I got my blocking stuff. Trent Williams is still Trent Williams. He's feeling fun and frisky. He's excited to be back out there. BA was out there today. It was fantastic. Christian McCaffrey was out there today. It was fantastic. But, overall, Juice was out there today. That makes me the happiest.
Yes. Excellent. All right.
We love Juice.
We love good juice. All good. Okay. All right. Well, we had a little something on the summer. I don't know, Em.
Oh, yeah. What do you got, Emma? What's a highlight of your summer?
Or just one. Doesn't have to be the, but.
I said a highlight.
A highlight? I don't know if does August count as summer?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I got 2. I would say getting our place in Becoming Your Neighbor, George.
Woo-hoo!
That was a plot twist. We didn't quite see coming. So that was some universal guidance. Well, thank you for manifesting that for me, because I did not see it coming. And then hiking Mount Fuji with Mom. I had 2 pretty big ones. So it's been
that's hard to beat.
Summer.
Yeah. You climb Mount Fuji with our mother right before her birthday. That's pretty sick.
I know. It was really special. So we've had some really good ones. Yeah, now we're winding down the end of baseball season. I just keep laughing at myself that, like, when I started dating Cody, I was like, oh, this will be so great. Not mixing sports. There's no overlap between guys, or it's never going to be weird. But just the scheduling of everything is like insane.
It's insane. Yeah.
It's insane. I'm in season all year.
All year. Yep.
All
Well,
year.
one thing you always have to think about, Emma, is that it's not forever. So it's just things that we're
True.
getting through currently, and it's not going to be your life forever.
Yeah.
Unless Cody somehow pitches into his 50s and 60s, which I'd be impressed. You know what? Yeah, Cody's definitely going to be pitching in a beer league at some point.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Like at the end of his career, I'm like, let's go spend a couple years in Mexico. Let's go live in Guadalajara, learn a little Spanish, drink a bunch of tequila, hang out.
Oh. Well, I know my buddies in Nashville are trying to start there's like an over 30 league that you can join and like
Topping told me
play
about this.
baseball. Yep. And they're trying to convince all of us to play when we're done playing. I'm just like, boys, I'm in.
I'm in, obviously. Obviously. I know I was talking to Topping about how Dave is actually really good. And he's like one of the best players on his team. And I was like, how long until he's like come into pitching practice with Cody during the off season?
Dave is in like Rob's friend Dave.
Dave.
Emma, I'm just letting you know that when he hears this on the podcast that you just called him like the best player on his team.
Topping said it. I've never seen him play. Topping said he was like,
Andy said that.
Andy said that.
No.
I was like, no way, duh. I was like, really? How's Dave doing?
For all the
context
people,
of who Dave is. Let's bring him into the world.
For all the people listening out there, everyone, all the guys that here, you probably have like a group chat with your friends, whether it's your high school buddies, your college buddies, teammates of some sort. I have like a video game group chat. It's got one of my best friends in it, some of my best NFL football friends, and some of their friends, and we all play video games together. Here we go. I'll show you. If you can see us, we're called the VOM Squad. If you ever want to compete against us, I got us custom controllers this year. Very fun. Our logo is the puking emoji because we make disgusting plays. So yes, I'm the VOM Squad. But Dave is a member of VOM Squad. He was brought in by Rob Tunyon. He used to train Rob when Rob was preparing for the NFL back in Illinois. And then Dave moved down to Nashville. He pitched at Illinois State. Dave's a very solid human being. I like Dave a lot. He worked out with me the entire last 3 off seasons. He shows up every day, even though he doesn't have to. I really appreciate his work commitment. Dave's worst thing about him is he has the ego. He has the ego of, I'd have to say, maybe like Lance Armstrong after his 15th Tour de France. Like he is the cocky. Like he thinks that he can do it. He thought he could beat me on a treadmill race. I had over 20 and he got to 14 miles an hour. He still owes me $100 for that.
Dave, come on.
Yeah,
Dave.
He thinks that he's better than everybody at golf. And last time we golfed together, he shot over 110. Or he shot 110. So there's just his confidence doesn't waver. He's like, I just had a bad day. I can definitely shoot in the 70s. It's just like, holy shit, dude. Excuse my language. But Dave, fantastic dude. He is a solid baseball player. But the fact that you just told him that he is the best player on his team or one of them, his ego is going to skyrocket. He's going to clip this. He's going to send it to our group chat and be like, hey, George, your sister thinks I'm the best baseball player on my team. And that's going to be a round of jokes for the next month. So thank you. Incredible. He's going to be so happy.
I am going to back this up. I'll be back. I don't know how long Dave's league is going on, but I'm going to back this up and I will do a little research and I'll take my husband and we'll go and watch and we'll report back. So how about
now he's just going to say, George, your sister came to watch me play baseball. And I'm going to be like, sick.
I'm walking right into this.
I know. I'm telling you, it's tough. And now, granted, Dave is married. They're getting married. He's engaged. They're getting married next March or April. But it is that is a group chat joke for all the guys out there who have group chats. But that's hilarious. That's enough. That's enough Dave talk.
Okay. Done. Either way.
So Emma, what was? Sorry, are you finishing?
We're just talking about how crazy the overlap of schedule is. But you're right. We don't know how much longer you're going to be playing. Hopefully.
Ever.
A few more years.
Forever.
You're looking sprung and healthy as ever. And Cody's convinced he's going to at least play into his 40s. So 10 more
years. Yay. Let's see. Dad, what's your highlight?
My high, let's see. Trying to work with Emma on a regular basis with the launch of the new app while she was in Japan. Super fun. Totally different, nights and days and everything. And it's just been a blast, but actually love the app. So that's been really good. And then I finished my 200-hour yoga teacher training certification. So
show us the cert. Show us the cert. They filmed it today. Do you think you know where it is?
Where is it?
Where is it, Dad?
Where is it?
Hold it up. Well, okay.
There we go.
Wow. 200 hours.
200 hours. Yeehaw. Yep.
An absolute savage.
Well,
it's a big accomplishment.
It is. Took a lot of time. So anyway, and I just want to say a nod to the young lady sitting here for her sacrifice as well, because it was a lot of weekends away from her being in yoga class and all that stuff. So anyway, very good. So grateful for that. So it was really good. So yeah, all good. And mom's trip to Japan. So that was really fun. And we're super fired up and excited because this next weekend is a really big weekend for us.
I thought you were going to say that one of your favorite things of the summer was going to 49ers practices and living at my house for a week.
It was. Okay. You just cut me off. I was working my way there.
Read between the lines, George.
Yeah. You're right. That's on me.
Also, that was such a subtle flex that Dad has a live audience when he podcasts. Wow.
He does. Wow. He does. Jan's there every time.
There you go. Let's see. Okay. Then that's us. You kind of talked about your stuff. I had a little thinking about the team party. Anything else you want to say about that?
Yeah, you looked amazing, brother. I heard you were matching outfits with someone casually.
Yes. So Coach Shanahan has a players party at the end of training camp for everyone who made the active roster and practice squad. And then after that, it's like staff members, coaches, their wives, the people who are kitchen, equipment managers, training room. So like they get to bring everybody, which is really fun because it's training camp's difficult for everybody. I don't care if you're practicing or if you're a coach or if you're just working it. It's a lot of hours. So I think it's a fun thing. I think that I had a great time. The theme was Great Gatsby or the Roaring 20s. And so I literally just typed in Great Gatsby Leonardo DiCaprio. And one of the first suits that came up was a cream colored suit, brown vest. And I completely wore that. And then when I showed up to the party, Coach Shanahan is wearing the exact same fit. So just look at us, just two OGs out here living our best lives, looking really clean. Hugh actually wore dress shoes, which was impressive. And I wore Travis Scott Jordan 1 Lows, the white and browns. So I think I looked better, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see. Besides that, though, a highlight of my summer was I was a huge fan of the Netflix premiere of Receivers. That was really fun because our whole family got to go out for that. It was a big part of our lives last year. Cameras around 24/7, my family being mic'd up. Just a lot of stuff going on. So to kind of see what that came, the fruition, and to see the reception that it got from fans, around the world, whoever watched it. I thought it was a really cool experience. And so just having that fun time with you guys out in LA, but then also seeing it all over Netflix, like that's something that will always be really cool to me, is to see that on Netflix and just be like, wow, hey, that's us. So that was a cool experience for me as well. And then lastly, my other cool thing of the summer was made it through the entire training camp healthy, got healthier throughout the entire thing from, recovering from surgeries from this past year. Had a solid training camp. Feel like I'm in good shape and ready to roll for Monday Night Football and the whole season. So that was always it's a fun thing to be ready for.
Healthy week 1 is really, really fun.
It doesn't suck.
It's a beautiful thing. So, well, very cool. Yeah.
George, I want to circle back to receivers, and I'm glad that you brought that up. But that was just such a huge experience, like such a long project to take on. Are there any lessons or things that you pulled from that or like changes that you've even witnessed kind of in your life and Claire's life since doing that project?
I wouldn't necessarily say my life. I think a lot more people know about our family and specifically my relationship with Claire and how awesome that she is and how seriously she takes football and like how she's just on a mission every single, like my game day is her game day. And to have someone that supports me and understands that is amazing. And also like what goes in to being an NFL football player. I think like people seeing that, whether it's the hits you take, the mental side of it, like there's just a lot of that like goes into it. It's not just, hey, we show up for Sunday night football and we're just ready, ripping and roaring. There's a lot that goes into that week. And so I think that was pretty cool. But I think Claire, the exposure that she got from it is pretty cool because I think she stole the show, really do. Just because people can relate to her, like sitting watching a football game and dropping some F bombs at the refs. Like people relate to that. Well, it was a combination between her and Grandma Lucky. I think everyone really liked Grandma Lucky. Well, I don't play to lose. I was like, Grandma, you're right. So that was pretty awesome. I got one more highlight from the summer. I hit up our friends at the Iowa City West Fairway, and they sent us out 120 dozen ears of corn, sweet corn, for the team. And then the 49ers liked it so much that they bought more, and that will be out here this week.
Oh,
great. So
that's cool.
the boys are eating Iowa sweet corn, and I've only heard incredible things from it. Like McCaffrey was just like, dude, what is this corn? I was like, it's Iowa sweet corn. And he was like, it's so much better than any other corn I've ever had. I'm like, there's nothing like it.
There is nothing like it. That's really true.
The Midwest sweet corn is it's just different.
It's just different.
Wow.
And just for folks, Fairway is a grocery store chain in Iowa.
Sorry.
That was in Iowa City. So just so people know. And they've been really good about the sweet corn and helping Georgia.
Yep. And the one that we went to,
yeah,
that's the one, like, we grew up going to that Fairway all the time because it was right next to Emma's high school. And so we went there constantly. And so I called them, and they're like, hi, how can I help you? I'm like, hey, I'm looking, I'm trying to buy like a lot of sweet corn.
Wait, you just called the store?
Yeah, I just cold called Fairway, and I was like, hi, and this girl called, oh, hi, how are you? I'm like, yeah, this is George Kittle with the San Francisco 49ers. I'm trying to buy as much sweet corn as I possibly can. She goes, I'll get my manager. And I was like, all right, sounds good. A little bit, and he goes, hey, this is Todd Fairway. How can I help you? I heard you want some sweet corn. I'm like, how much sweet corn can I buy? And he was like, well, as much as you want, man. And I was like, sounds great. And so we decided like 100 to 120 dozen ears of corn. So whatever that math is on you guys back at home, whoever answers in the next 3 seconds wins a prize. 3, 2, 1.
1,200.
Whatever it is. Good job, Bruce. Yeah, he's a smart guy. So yeah, that was really fun. So the boys eating Iowa sweet corn that's fun too because you can tell the difference and it reminds me of home.
Yeah.
Boom.
Aww. Yeah. That's really cool. Wow, that like makes me kind of emotional. That's so cool to share that piece. Cool. I have a funny Iowa sweet corn story. So one time, not to slam any other grocery stores, but we walked into this other chain, not Fairway. It's more like a international. It's more like a global chain. And
what is it?
Dad. Anyway, we walk in and we're in Iowa, and there's like a stand that says local. We're in Iowa. It says local Michigan sweet corn. And Dad walks up to one of the girls walking there, and he's like, hey, why do you have local Michigan corn when we're in Iowa? And she's like, sir, like I have no idea. She's like, literally just stocking vegetables. She's like, I don't know, dog. And he's like, why wouldn't you have Iowa sweet corn? And he like doesn't let it go. Surprise, surprise. And he's like, I just don't understand. Like, how could you say this is local corn when we are in the heartland of Iowa sweet corn and you're going to be selling Michigan corn? So then it starts into on this. It's not just the fact that it's not the actual local stuff. Then it's like an Iowa, Michigan thing. And that girl is just like she's like so glossed over and like who is this guy? I was like dying. I was probably like as red as a tomato standing there.
It's like some high school chick who's just picking up an extra chip.
It wasn't me. I'm just trying to clarify. So anyway, okay.
Yeah, you're not scary and intimidating at all.
Okay, moving on. George, you're up next.
You know, it's funny. This was funny. Kyle Juszczyk got confused for me in our own cafeteria. This is during training camp. And the chef goes, oh, hey, is your dad not here anymore? And Juice is like, excuse me? He goes, yeah, I didn't see your dad today. You know, the big, scary, buff guy that's bald. And Juice is like, that's George's dad. He was like, oh, yeah, so sorry. Yeah, I didn't see him today. You know, he's a scary guy. I'm like, maybe smile once in a while, Dad. Also, Emma, did you know that Bruce comes to practice, get him sideline access? No, and he wears a blue shirt.
I know. I heard this.
What?
Okay. The only thing that you're supposed to do when you go to practice is wear Niners stuff, right? Like all you can do is got to show up and wear red.
I'm in year 8, dude. If you need a T-shirt, the equipment manager, they'll literally bring you out a duffel bag of 49ers gear. I could have you dressed like a complete coach, and you show up in a blue T-shirt.
Not only that, he also has blue shoes, and he stands not on the sideline, but like in the end zone.
Yeah,
he's drawn a little extra attention.
They told me
Bruce. Yeah, Bruce likes to be seen on the practice cameras. He likes it. He likes people to know that he's there.
I walked in. I said, "Can I go anywhere?" And they go anywhere. So I said, "Okay."
He called me after. Okay. He called me after you sort of roasted him, and he's like, "Can you believe this? Can you believe this?" He's like, "I was just trying to blend in," and I was like, "Well, what'd you wear, Dad?" And he's like, "I wore my favorite color. I wore a blue hat. I wore a blue shirt, and I wore my blue shoes. My really cool blue stuff." I was like, "Well,
you're at a 49ers practice. Look into the crowd of like the 500 to 1,000 people that are there, and tell me how many people are wearing a blue T-shirt. You don't blend in at all. You stick out like a sore thumb.
We got to keep rolling here. We got a time frame here. We got to get going.
I know. I got to go see Jelly Roll tonight, baby.
I know. Let's go.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, he's live at the SAP Center. I'm leaving here. My dinner's in 1 hour, then we're leaving right after that.
Excellent.
That sounds magical.
All right, next, Hidden Pearls Studio update. George, ask Emma this question. Oh, should I not read that part out loud?
It's all good, buddy.
I'm kidding. I can read it.
Great, brother. That was great, brother.
That was intentional. Emma, I see you. Oh, let me start that over. Emma, I see a lot of new monthly content each month on Hidden Pearl Studios. How is all that going? And can you give the listeners an update on what they can find on the app?
Bam.
Anyway, so yeah, oh my God, brother, thank you so much for asking me about Hidden Pearl Studio. So we have a lot of new content. Every month we have like 20 to 30 new classes. Bruce is coming out with yoga classes now. We also hired a new yoga teacher named Denise, who was one of Dad's instructors at Blissful Spirits during this 200-hour training. And she's been coming up with some really beautiful vinyasa practices. But every month we are choosing a different theme. And if you've been following our summer series on that, it's the same vibe. So this month we are exploring what the subtle body is. And so it's the 9th body in yogic numerology. And the focus of the month is how can we move from mystery to mastery? And so we have a collection of about 25 practices that help you to kind of understand, explore that, to kind of move any of that stale energy, and then build some repetition and practice of like going through different things. And so the 3 main words that we're focusing on and kind of breathing into are subtlety, right? So really turning up kind of the awareness, our senses. We're working on calmness. How can you bring a deeper sense of calmness to all areas of your life so we're not so reactive, so that we're choosing how we respond instead of just being reactive. And then we're also working on mastery. And so I think mastery can go in a lot of different directions. I actually was thinking about you, George, when we were working about the mastery part and just how many reps you've done in just on your routes, or how many like different footwork drills you do. And like, I don't know, I was just reflecting on the concept of mastery. And I feel like you do it so many times that it becomes integrated into who you are. Right. And we can all kind of do that. But obviously I see so much of football in the yogic numerology and how this overlaps. So it's been kind of fun to witness season starting again and studying through that. So like I said, we have like 10 meditation, 10 movement, probably like 6 mindfulness classes out right now. And it's great. I'm loving all the content we're putting out.
And isn't there kind of a sale going on here toward the end of the year?
Yes. For the rest of the week, we're doing a Labor Day sale where we have a sale. Oh my God. It's, we're doing 30% off for the rest of the year. And so you guys can jump in, but the sale only goes through it actually goes through Mom's birthday. No, it goes through the 10th.
You said a sale, right? That means if it's 30% off, you're basically saving money by buying it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's science.
It's science.
It's science.
I took entrepreneurial finance for 1 semester in college. I know what I'm talking about.
I can tell. It's all
The other fun thing we're doing is our first group meditation. So we're calling it our group sadhana. And so it's a 40-day practice so if you've never done a meditation practice before, this will help you to lay a foundation, but then also have a community to check in and be accountable with. So I'm really excited about that practice too. So it'll be fun. Do it together as a group. And Pops had a lot of great content too, Dad. What did you film?
I got some yoga flows on there. I'm doing 3 meditations a week. There's a mindful minute, nice and quick, under 2 minutes every week. There's a mindful Monday, which is about 10 to 12 minutes with a theme that kind of follows the monthly stuff. So we're talking about mastering calm, and got one in there about subtleties. And then I've added something called the journey, which is more of a close to 22 to 25 minute kind of thing. Just it lets us slow down, do a little bit of extra breath work, and that thought some people might enjoy that. So we're just trying to expand some of those things. Still doing the full moon card draw, so that is there, and we are still rolling on our mindful parenting episodes. And so I'm doing those once a month, and then filtering in a few of the podcasts. So we've had Ed Kelsey and Boza, and we've got 2 more lined up. So hopefully we'll have another one coming out here in September as soon as I can get it scheduled, and we should be good to go. So we're excited about that. So all good, and just trying to meet people where they are. And I just wanted to give a plug for folks to, if you're looking for that kind of, I don't know, Joe's Gym where everybody's welcome, and you want to learn a little bit more about mindfulness and learn how to move a little bit in a way that's non-judgmental and full of grace, this is a beautiful place to do it. So we'd love to have you join us if you're so inclined. So anyway.
Are you referencing Average Joe's Gym from the movie Dodgeball?
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Good for you, dude. That's a good reference by you.
You know, at the end when the one guy's really fat sitting on the couch and then they flip him.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right. So anyway, yeah. Joe's Gym. Okay. All right, that's Hidden Pearl Studio update. So thank you, Emma. We're really excited about it. I think there's a lot of great stuff there, and love for folks to join us. Okay, moving to Niner update. So, so I got 2024 schedule. I know there's a couple on there that are new, unique, and all that kind of stuff. So is anything that you're looking forward to this season particularly? I mean, I know they're all big and they're all exciting and all that kind of stuff, but is there any place that we're going or anything that sounds really fun for you?
My favorite thing that I'm looking forward to is, so every time the schedule comes out, I think I say this every single year. The first thing I look at is November, December, see where I'm playing at in
weather games.
But I'm excited this year because first off, Buffalo's the only stadium that I haven't played in. So I'm really excited. We go to Buffalo. I'm pretty sure it's Sunday Night Football. We're playing that game. We'll get home at 6 a.m. It's going to be a great time. But I'm really looking forward to playing in Buffalo. I love Josh Allen, Dawson Knox, Kincaid, AJ Espinez is there. So there's a lot of guys there that I'm friends with, and so it'll be fun to go up there. Buffalo is football town of football towns, breaking the tables, the way that they support their team. It's just going to be an absolutely insane atmosphere. And everyone that I know who has played there or coached it there has said it's an incredible experience. So I'm really looking forward to that because especially it's going to be Sunday Night Football and cold. It's going to be really, really fun. But the week before that, the other game I'm really excited about is going to Green Bay, playing in Lambeau. No matter what time of year, it is an incredible experience. Just in this little town, and all of a sudden, this massive stadium just erupts out of the ground. It's just an amazing, amazing atmosphere. I love playing in the Midwest. You know, I was born in Madison, so like being able to play there is really fun. I'm really looking forward to that. And, you know, a lot of good guys in that team as well. We played them in the playoffs last year. It's going to be a really hard fought game. And I'm looking way down the schedule. I'm usually a 1 week at a time. You know, that's all I do. But I am looking forward to those 2 games a whole bunch. That'll be a great time.
Super fun road trips. Yeah, that's great. And Green Bay is always a great place to, super intense, and it's really so much fun. So it's great. So, okay, excellent. I just know there was a few.
You're saying you go from Green Bay and then to Buffalo?
Back-to-back weeks. Yeah.
I feel like last year your schedule was so much more 49er friendly.
The most friendly one we've ever had was the 2022 season. It was amazing. We had like 6 home games out of 8 weeks, and like the 2 road games were like Seattle and LA. It's like we didn't have a long flight for. Oh no, it was like the Raiders. So like we didn't have a long flight for like 8 weeks. It was incredible.
Yeah, this year's not. I mean, this combo, that's kind of the toughest part because otherwise, there's a bye before one of the East Coast trips, And then you got a nice stretch on the West Coast, to start the season. So, I mean, given everything, I mean, there's, great teams and all that kind of stuff, but still. So, all right. I had a little thing. There were a couple new coaches. I don't know, anybody made a big impact on you that you've noticed, or we can skip that one. I just, I know there was a few new people on the staff.
Any new coaches? You know what? I am really excited for Coach Sorensen, our new defensive coordinator. He's been on our staff for a long time. He is a guy who every Monday I just go randomly sit by his office. We just talk for like anywhere from, it can be 30 seconds or it can be 20 minutes. And I've always really respected him. He has done, we call it the ball meeting, where like it's like a 10-minute meeting on ball security, things around the league, just focusing on it, taking care of the ball, getting turnovers on defense, because turnovers are the number one statistic in leading to wins. And so, really fun. I'm excited for him because I think he's a great coach and a great person. So I'm really excited for him to get the opportunity that he has in front of him.
That's cool. Yeah. That I know everybody will be watching. So it's really fun that he's been around too. And he knows the system in the Niners, but he's got kind of his own tweaks and kind of adjusted things. So that'll be
shoot, who am I? I'm missing two. We have KJ Wright on our D-line staff, and from Seattle. And KJ is a guy who I've headbutted multiple times. He has tackled me hard multiple times. I've hit him hard multiple times. And so just being in the same building and him is really cool because he did the game the right way. He played it with an attitude. He was very smart. He was athletic. But like he was always in the right place at the right time. So having him in the building is great. Actually, one of my favorite things to do with him is anytime I see him and he doesn't see me, I just run up to him and I start blocking him. And whether it's like push him into a wall, like not hard, but like just like put my hands on him. And I've gotten like a nice surprised reaction a couple times. And so I thoroughly enjoy that. Like one time he was walking down the hallway, he was looking at his phone or notes or something. And I just got into a 3-point stance in the middle of the hallway. And he didn't see me for like 10 seconds, and he didn't look up till he was about 3 feet away from me, and I thought he jumped out of his shoes for a second.
Nobody likes to see that coming.
I love having KJ Wright in the building is really cool.
Okay, excellent. All right, well, thank you for the little update. We're all watching and see everything's flowing together. So, all right, new players on the current 53. Anybody you want to kind of shout out? I mean, I know been a lot going on this last week that you guys have had to deal with in that. I don't know if we want to get into any of that stuff, but just
sure.
How's your tight end room? And then, what were the surprises for you at the end of the camp and who's on the team now and any of that stuff you want to reflect on, just give people a feel for it.
I'm going to give two guys their flowers. The two other active tight ends in the tight end room, Eric Saubert and Jake Tunges.
Yeah.
One, Jake Tunges getting the third spot. The tight ends are responsible for the second string fullback position. And because we didn't bring another fullback in this year to back up Juice. And so Juice only goes with the ones. And so the twos and the threes are up to, when we go like 21 personnel with a fullback, that's up to the backup, one of the tight ends.
Yeah.
And so that was on Braden Willis and Jake Tunges. And they both did a great job with it. But it was really it was awesome to see him like just take that role and do a really good job with it. And like the growth that Jake made between last year's practice squad to even OTAs this year, like he put on like 5 pounds of muscle, had a lot of strength. You could tell he spent a lot of time like working on the run game stuff, his footwork, his leverage, just his understanding of the offense. And he looked like a completely different player come training camp. And I think he took advantage of that. And so I was really excited to see. I like guys when, hey, you have an opportunity in front of you and you go take advantage of it. So that really excited me. And then my guy Eric Saubert, we were drafted same draft class 2017. He went to the University of Drake. Shout out Bulldogs, go Mom. He's been around a couple teams, but to have him on the team, because we've known each other for 8+ years now, and so to have a guy from my draft class in the room with me who understands the grind of football, what it takes to be a good football player, whether it's a run game, special teams, whatever it is, like he loves football, and so I appreciate being in a room with him too, and to see him come in, and because I didn't do any of OTAs because I had surgery, and like to kind of take a lot of the reps at OTAs and then come into training camp and play really, really well at a high level. That made me really excited. And I think he fits our room really well. And so those are two guys I'm very proud of for making the roster.
Yeah, Georgie, I'm just going to a quick nod to both those guys. And it's really cool that way. Just what you said, though, about having players in the room who understand what it means to be a professional, the grind of the NFL, all that kind of stuff. and how hard you have to work and produce. And so, one, taking advantage of that opportunity, and second, just showing up every day, prepared, ready to go, bringing the energy and the effort and all that kind of stuff. Because not everybody gets that, and you've seen that, and we don't need to name any names with anybody, but having both of those kind of people in the room for you is a really great thing. So we're very, very excited about all that. So thank you for that summary. Love it. And again, just the power and importance of kind of mindset and being intentional and deliberate about how you're showing up, for people and your world. So it's a pretty cool thing. So it makes a big difference there. All right. Any Coach Fleury stories you can share real quick? Nothing too terrible, but how is he? Is he doing okay?
Coach, I thought Coach
Just
Fleury had
how
a lot
is
of.
he, man?
He had a, Coach Fleury's great. Brian is fantastic. I love him in the room. I think he's just such a great coach.
Yeah.
Just the mental side of it, how he breaks down defenses, how he explains the run game to us, what the goal of the game plan is week to week. That's really fun to see. You know what too is Fleury he had to teach the fullback position to 3 guys the entire training camp, and he's not a fullback coach. He's a tight ends coach, and so for him to do that, and like I said, the guys who were playing fullback, hardly any MAs. They did it at the right level, aiming point, footwork, everything. They did a really great job on it. So like just a shout out to him for just knowing that whatever they put on tape is a reflection of him and how he coaches. So that was really fun to see. I just love being in his room because you can tell how much he loves football and how much he wants to win. So I'm excited for another year with Coach Fleury because he's just a very talented and smart individual. So and he loves football. And when I'm in a room with people who love football and you can tell that about them, it makes me really excited and makes me want to work with you a little bit more.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question. Yeah. So you said that you didn't pick up any more fullbacks. So if Juice is the only fullback on your team, is there a
Yeah.
fullbacks room? Like, does he have a fullbacks
No,
coach?
he's in the running back room with Christian and the running backs coach Bobby Turner, who is OG of OGs. He's awesome. He had Terrell Davis with the Broncos. Like he's an absolute savage. I love Bobby Turner, and so yeah, I think Juice said like he's his favorite coach he's ever had in his entire life. I think Christian McCaffrey said the exact same thing. Bobby T is the best coach, and I don't like his love of football. I like him and Bruce are up there for most people who love football, and Bobby T has dedicated his entire life to being a football coach. So yeah, he's incredible, absolutely incredible. So yeah, Juice loves being in that room. But yes, they're in the running back room.
I like
If he had his own personal coach though, I would give him so much crap for that.
I know that'd be hilarious.
Well, I was just, I mean,
though.
if you don't have a fullbacks coach, I mean, so, I mean, I guess, so then you have 2 other coaches who are kind of like coaching him, or is Juice kind of learning it as he goes
Well,
on his own?
Juice doesn't really need too much coaching at this point.
Yeah.
He's in year 12, and he's an 8-time Pro
Pro
Bowler.
Bowler. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
like
know that, but he didn't get there. Like he didn't,
I mean,
I know that we're on year
the
12, but I was just wondering if there
fullbacks
was
always
like a
just
specific guy that he worked with, or
no
he
fullbacks go in
just
the running back room because it's a lot of the same information.
Yeah. But
got it.
okay. Like that though, because
Thank you.
most people have their own room, so it's kind of cool. But a lot of time fullbacks in. Okay. Let's see. I had some of the distractions listed, but we can, if there's anything you want to go there. And then I don't think they've announced captains yet, have they?
We voted on it today, so we'll know
Okay.
Wednesday.
All right.
My guess.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. All right. We'll skip all that, but Trent Williams was back in today, so that's a good sign. And he dressed out and practiced and all that stuff, or
That he did.
Great.
Did the full practice.
That is pretty cool and good to see CMC out there getting going because he's had a little thing going, but all good. And BA's out. So perfect. Okay. All right. Anything else about the Niners from the offseason and kind of transitioning in? Like we kind of summarized and gave a lot of people things to think about, but anything I missed?
No, one thing I can address like the ordeal with Ricky this past weekend in San Francisco and what he went through and like that traumatic experience of being attempted robbery, an attempted armed robbery, and being shot and surviving. Just so utterly thankful for him and his family that he's okay and he's going to be okay. And um, whatever you want to call it, luck, God, whatever it was that was protecting him that day that allowed like the bullet to go through his pec and out of his lat. and like not cause like not hit his lungs, not hit any bones, nothing. And he's survived, and he was at the facility yesterday and like eating lunch with him. Like I don't ever experience that. I don't want anyone I know to ever experience something like that. But for him to do that and then go through that, just my love and support is out to him and his family. I think the whole football world is giving him love and support, as they should continue to do, because while yes, we'll hopefully he looks back on this in years to come, and it's like, hey man, you're such a dog, like you're gonna come out to some cool rap song, but like it's a traumatic experience, and for um, I just everyone continue to support Ricky, because I don't care how like big of a badass you are, that is a traumatic experience. And again, like I don't know anything about that. I've never had that experience, and so just continue to throw love and support his way and his family's way, because he needs it, and we're all there for him too. And I know that the uh, Niner Empire is also there for him as well. So just so much love towards him and his family.
Okay. For sure.
Not much to say besides that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a lot.
I'm glad you said that, George. There's a lot of heavy energy with that. And I think exactly what you said. It's like, oh my, like when you are okay, it's like, oh, that was so crazy, and it can sometimes get a little lost on how much emotional
how
pain there's
insane,
going to
how
be.
absolutely
How
insane
insane it is.
it's it's insane.
It's
And
insane. I
so
mean, it's like equally insane that he's fine. I was thinking about that after you
yeah,
called me the other day, and it's like
like
just
his
like
physical health,
the
is fine. It's
yeah,
crazy.
it's incredible.
Absolutely. It's amazing. And we're all just so thankful for him and his health. So
And he was at the
yeah,
facility the other day.
he was there. Yeah, he was there yesterday. I know they told me he didn't have to come in, and he was like, "No, I want to be there." And we're like, "All right, man. Like, we love you. Whatever you need from us, we will give it to you."
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
that was heavy.
All right. How about can I throw this? I hope it's not bad taste, but it might be. But movie trivia, action flick, where the ending scene, our hero receives the same kind of wound and kills the bad guy and rescues everything and saves the day. Same type of injury. So, because as soon as I heard about it and read about it, I was like, oh man, snapped right away. This movie. Anybody?
John Wick.
Nope.
Is it Keanu Reeves? Is it The Matrix?
I'll give you the actor, which will give it away.
Is it Bruce Willis?
It's Bruce Willis.
Die Hard?
Die Hard. It's like Die Hard 5 or whatever it is. And the bad guy comes around behind him and puts the gun like in his pec.
Oh yeah, and he shoots himself through
and
the
he
chest.
pulls the trigger and shoots and it goes right through. And anyway, so
I'm gonna say that's a different taste. I don't know if it's bad taste, but
okay.
Thank you for the movie trivia, Dad.
Well, I just like lightening it up a little bit because
For sure.
we're super grateful
Well, I mean,
for
Hey,
Ricky
make
being
sure to
okay,
tell
so
make sure to tell Ricky
glad
though
it worked out.
that
Okay.
he's up there with Bruce Willis for Pops.
Yeah, he's right in there, man.
Yeah, I'll make sure to let him know that.
Okay.
Incredible, Dad.
Right. Okay. What do you know about the Jets? You want to say anything? I got Robert Saleh, thing on Arron Rodgers and their offense, and the Jets.
Let's see.
I know you're still getting just started.
Yeah, we are just getting started, but we had some meetings today about them. They have two really talented linebackers. They have a very solid defensive line, and what's fun is their defense is the same structure as ours, because Saul was our D coordinator at one point. So they have like the wide nine techniques, the penetrating defensive tackles. They're going to set hard edges. But what they really have going from, they have two really strong corners on the outside in Sauce and in DJ Reed. And DJ Reed was a former Niner, who I have a ton of respect for. He's a fantastic football player, one of the most aggressive guys that I've seen play, and he's super fast. So they have talent all over their defense. And I mean, you look at their offense. Anytime you have Arron Rodgers, you can win any game by any score. So he's Arron Rodgers. He's amazing. They've got a lot of good players on that side of the ball too. So it's going to be a fantastic football game, and I know they're going to be fired up, because my big thing with the Jets is they thought they were going to have a great year last year,
right.
And Arron Rodgers gets hurt, 4 plays into the game, and I think that was just like the balloon popped, and they struggled with quarterback play all year last year while their defense played at a really high level. And so I think that was really frustrating for them. And so I think they were very ready to go out there and get the taste of losses out of their mouth, and they're going to do everything they can to win and be a playoff team this year. And their goal is to win a Super Bowl. And like they're not, and you can do that when you have Arron Rodgers at your as a quarterback and you have a really talented defense. You can win. And so they're going to be hungry. They're going to be flying around, and they're going to be so fired up for this football game. So I am. We know that. We're looking forward to it, and I know this is going to be a great football game on Monday Night Football.
Yeah. And I really think about Arron too. He's been really good for a long time, but I think in a way, I bet he's got a little different perspective after having a whole season taken away from his career. He's kind of getting toward that end, and each play, each game is really special.
Yeah.
You kind of know that it's winding down, and I would think he would come out, not like he's not, but I mean, I think it would really double down his kind of a focus and attention and really commitment to the whole thing. So I'm expecting him to be quite into his game, so that'll be pretty fun. So
it's interesting too because the Jets, their starters didn't play a single snap of preseason. They did 3 joint practices, where they practiced like one day with a ton of reps against another team, and that's what they did. And so so there's no film there. You can't watch anything on them from this preseason, and so you have to go back to last year when they had some different players, but like most of the same guys, but that's an interesting thing because most teams don't do that. Most teams have their starters play at least once, so you can kind of see what guys look like this year.
Yeah,
they don't have that, so that's an interesting twist on preparing for this game.
Right. Okay. All right. Any other Jets review? We're good?
No. The only other thing I would say is it's Monday Night Football week, and that's why I'm wearing the Monday Night Football hat every time we play Monday Night Football. Anytime we play Thursday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, wear the hat because it's a different mindset. You're the only game on TV. It's the end of the week 1, so everyone's really excited. Everyone's going to be watching there. There's a lot of hype behind this game because it's the Jets and the 49ers. Everyone wants to see Ayuk, Debo, Trent Williams, McCaffrey. Everyone wants to see that. Everyone wants to see Arron Rodgers. So there's going to be a ton of hype the entire week. The media is going to blow it up, and it's just on us playing Niner football, protecting the football, and running the heck out of the football.
Okay. And will you have any
have you started thinking about what you're going to wear,
Arron?
That's actually already planned out. So you guys will see that coming up.
Okay.
All right. What's next?
Ask George. What do you got, Em?
Ask me what?
Give me a second. Let me pull it up.
Okay.
I thought weren't you just giving me crap for not being good at reading stuff?
I'm ready. I was just on the wrong page. It's a 4-page script, dog. All right. Kitty lick 123 wants to know, do you have any new tattoos coming up?
Wow. Great question, Kitty lick.
1, 2, 3.
Is that Dane Cook or something? Anyways, actually I do. Well, I have 2 ideas. One I just thought of when I was sitting here. I was looking at because I got my hands done, and I'm just like, my knuckles look kind of naked, and so now I kind of want to get some knuckle tattoos and some finger tattoos. Don't tell Claire that yet. I just thought of it. Yeah, so I want to get some knuckle stuff. Besides that, my next piece I want to do is like I have my bad guy arm. I got Venom, Blue Eyes White Dragon. There's the Joker, and I want to do like a whole bicep shoulder piece. And what I want to do, if anybody wants to build some artwork for me, some type of I want to do like a 3-headed shadow monster. And I'm gonna have 3 villains on the head, and I want to have Sauron from Lord of the Rings, like with not the eye. I want like the black helmet. I want Sauron. I want the wolf from Puss in Boots 2: The Last Wish, who is Death, who's like a bounty hunter, because I think he's one of the coolest characters ever. I add his whistle into my highlight videos sometimes. If you guys haven't seen that one, I highly suggest it. That is a top 5 cartoon animated movie I've ever seen. It's incredible. The story behind it, everything's fantastic. And then third, I want Aku from Samurai Jack.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so I want those 3 to somehow like twist through the shadows and like have 3 different heads on my shoulder with shadows or whatever it is. So that is something that Claire will approve at some point. It's going to take some convincing, but that is my next tattoo for next off season.
All right. Shoulder, it's a lot of space.
All right, guys.
It's another thing. I like it. We'll go big. Okay. All right. That was Ask George. Pick.
Pops, do you have any tattoos coming up?
Do I? I still got to finish the turtle. So I got an appointment we're going to fill in just a little bit there. My next one, I'm collecting stuff on. I'm not sold yet, but I'm leaning. I'm looking at a dragon. So for a few different reasons, but anyway, so I'm kind of I'm dragon shopping right now for something that really grabs my attention. So I like that, but I like the multiple head thing. Yeah. I haven't spent a lot of time with Yugioh and the team, so I don't know any of those guys, but
We'll get there.
Lubu, any ink coming your way?
Yeah, Mom and I are gonna get Mount Fuji highlight that we did together. You guys have your Long's Peak, so we're gonna get our Fuji tattoo, and then as we start to wrap up our end of our time in Japan, I'm gonna get something to kind of commemorate that as well. So I'm excited.
That's cool.
All right.
I haven't had a tattoo in a while, and
can't wait to see it.
Feeling the itch. The itch is back.
All right.
I know. Awesome. Hey, speaking on your Sauron thing, I wanted to ask, have you watched the new episodes of The Ring of Power?
I have not yet. I'm saving those for my flight to Minnesota.
Pops, have you watched them?
Downloaded, but we'll be flying quite a bit over the next, so I've kind of just get my library put together. So
I'm saving stuff to watch it. I have a couple of things I need to watch.
Yeah.
Okay. Cody and I just watched it. We actually rewatched the ending of the first season because it's a lot, and I just realized that there's a lot of stuff that I didn't remember, a lot of details. So that was a fun way to transition into the
highly suggest going to YouTube and just typing in Rings of Power like summary, and it can like summarize the entire season. Like I saw like a Game of Thrones summary, like 7 seasons worth of summary in it was like 70 seconds. It was 10 seconds a season, or you can do 10 minutes. So like they have reviews and summaries like to any depth of knowledge that you want. Like you can do a season 1 episode 1 review that takes 20 minutes.
Right.
Or you can do the whole season in 5 minutes. So that was kind of a cool thing. But I highly suggest doing that. That's what I will do before I start.
Did you finish House of Dragons season 2?
That's another one I'm saving for this season to watch, so I can binge them all the way through. I know.
I liked it.
What's tough about waiting is that you see. I hate how because I like Twitter, and so like just the amount of spoilers that are on there. So I don't like know everything that happened, but I do know that everyone hated the last episode. So I am looking forward to joining that hatred.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a cliffhanger, that's how it's just a lot of cliffhangers. But
everyone said that season 2 was literally the entire thing was a setup season for season 3.
It was, but I think there were some really cool dragon scenes. There was there's probably like 4 really kick-ass scenes over the course of a season, and you knew they were coming, so you were invested and there was anticipation. That's kind of what got you through it. But there are a lot of scenes where they're just like having these like really long discussions about stuff you don't actually care about. Like we just want to see dragon fights. Just dragon fights.
Fair. Watch How to Train Your Dragon. A lot of dragon fights.
I know. They have a live action one coming out.
Gerald Butler's returning as the dad too, which is amazing because Gerald Butler is awesome.
He was awesome.
He saves the president. He leads Spartans to war, and he's a good father figure.
Yeah.
Struggles a little bit early, but
we got to give him that. But you know what? Everybody's on a curve, and a lot of lessons to be learned in life. So
all right,
maybe let's put out a little request, see if we can get Gerard Butler on a mindful parenting episode then.
Okay. Anybody know if anybody has any contacts? Set me up. All right.
All right, Brian.
I'm writing it down. Here we go. Butler.
That would be Brian. You're right.
Yeah, we'll get all.
Thanks, Mom.
Okay, she's calling her people right now. Okay, well, we kind of just did movies, TV stuff, but we've got the You Pick It category: food, shoes, wine, movies, and Ordini. I don't know if there's any
shoes.
You have shoes?
Yeah, I have a pair of shoes on my lap right now. I'm excited about this pair. I got them probably like a month ago from my guy Curated Vans up there in Seattle. I think he's from Canada, but I met him in Seattle. But I just got these. These are the Marty McFly dunks. They came out in 2015. They're
Oh,
based off of the Back to the Future movie where he wore like the tall ones that tie themselves. So these are the dunk version. They're very clean. They're very pretty. I like the green bottom, the whatever the see through. So these are fun, and I was excited to add these to my collection.
nice. I love them. Who doesn't need more Marty McFly in their life?
Everybody needs them.
Everybody.
That's cool. I really like the color.
Thank you. All right, that's shoes.
Okay. All right. Do we need a Deanie update or is everybody good?
Jeannie's amazing and fluffy, and she's getting a haircut soon, so she's going to be super cuddly and very smell good.
Okay. Sharing our practice. Is there a mindfulness meditation type practice that is an anchor for you guys that you really want to try to get to every day that is really important to you?
For me, I do my mindfulness practice. Big one for me is my ice tub every morning. I just take 3 minutes and just like sit in there and breathe, and I really enjoy that. Whether it's waking me up, it's helping with the inflammation in my body, but just like 3 minutes of uninterrupted mild stress. So I enjoy that. And that
Okay.
I think has been really good for me.
And are you a headphones guy or just open air?
Oh no, I'm just chilling.
Just chilling in the tub. Okay. Cool. Emmy, what do you got?
I have two. One is I've been doing Kirtan Kriya now, and that's the one that we're going to be doing for the group sadhana practice. So for our 40-day practice. And it's really good about the whole concept. It's very multi-sensory. So you're using mudras, mantra, meditation, breathwork, and visualization. And as you're going, it helps you. I've just found that when I first started meditating, my mind was like, even though I was trying to be all centered and stuff, my mind was all over the place. And this really helps to quiet all the other stuff going on in my head. And there's actually been some really cool research that has come out that a daily Kirtan Kriya practice will help prevent the onset of Alzheimer's. So it's really great for memory and strengthening your brain that way. And then the other one that I've been doing, I love to do, I call them wisdom walks, but like a walking meditation where I'll go out and I'll just do like a box breath. So like for 4 steps, it'll be inhale and then hold and then exhale and hold. And I do that. And so if I'm ever like kind of need to clear my head or I just want to make it a little bit more physical, I'll go and do a walking meditation. And that's been really fun. Just put on some film music, see where it takes me around Sunday.
Cool.
Okay. Love it.
You,
Let's
Dad?
see. New practice for me was the 1 minute meditation that you did with our small group on HPS last month. I thought that was really good. So I've been kind of working that into my
The 1 minute breath?
Yeah, the 1 minute breath where you build up to it. I thought that was really good.
How many rounds can you do?
Oh, I just work up to it and do one. I don't know. I got plenty in the morning. So shit. And the only other one is what they call deep spinal meditation. So it's a seated thing and it's a focus on, it's a little bit, so it's kind of starting with the root chakra with the contraction. And then you visualize taking the breath up through the spine into the third eye and then releasing. And it's really, it just fires up the old prana and the chi, like it's unbelievable. So anyway, so that one's been really good. I like that one. So, and then there's a kind of quiet meditation that goes after that, but that is one that I for sure try to do every day. All right. And that's really good. Okay. I'm going to skip that one. I do want to just, so we've partnered with different veteran groups over the years. And we talk a lot about mental health. I just want to put out, so September is Suicide Prevention Month, not just for vets, but for everybody. It is observed to raise awareness about suicide, promote mental health, and encourage people to seek help. So we want to really be standing there with all of our partners in this, but in particular veterans, but anybody that is struggling. So just a reminder that folks, you're not alone. If you feel like you are alone, there is help. There's crisis lines and all that kind of stuff. And if anybody has any questions, we'll try to post a little bit of that. Didn't prep anything for that. But again, I just wanted to kind of raise that up and then shout out to some of our partners, Operation Freedom Paws. So there's a fundraiser going on right now that George is helping with and appreciate that. So he can say a word about that, but it's on Instagram. They just had their wine gala. Operation Surf, they had their big golf outing and we were sponsored there and we're really proud to do that. And then in October, they have their week-long vet training and I'm going down because we're on the coast both weekends. And I'm going to go down and surf and go through the training with the veterans in October. So I'm excited about that. And the real exciting news is Merging Vets and Players. right? Which works with former professional athletes and veterans. They have a new Bay Area huddle. So finally, we're going to have a Bay Area MVP group, and so we've already sent. We hosted them to one of the Monday night or the preseason games, and we got those guys rolling in for the Jets as well. So we're really excited to have a group there. So we're about their expansion. So pretty cool on all those fronts. So anyway, I rambled there. Anybody want to add anything? Are we good? So just, I like it.
Oh, it looks like Hobbs is in the helmet.
Hobbs is ready.
We have a veteran code, a discount code for Hidden Pearl Studio. So if there are any veterans who would like to get on the app, we have it's like 70 or 75% discount code. So I will link that if anybody wants to get on and you can join us. But George, what's the social media campaign you're doing?
I'm doing something with called All True, and basically they set up this account, and people can. I think it's kind of a raffle thing. You pay money for more opportunities to win, and they at the end of the drawing, whoever they draw out gets free airfare, tickets to a game, sideline passes, gets to see you guys on the sideline before a game, gets to see me on the sideline before a game. Um, Pretty sure they get like a jersey and maybe some gloves and stuff. And then all the money that is spent on these raffle tickets, almost all of it goes to Operation Freedom Paws. Like Bruce said, is an organization we work with all the time, who trains dogs to be service animals and then pairs them with veterans or families in need. And it's just a really, really cool thing. And I'm happy to continue to be able to support them because I just think they do such a wonderful job. And it's really cool too because Operation Freedom Paws is handling the training of me and Claire's two new Great Pyrenees puppies. And so they'll be trained at a very high and elite level, which I'm really excited about. And just looking forward to continuing my work with them.
Yeah. And just a little clarification. So they rescue dogs and then train them and pair them. So
Yes,
it's a
they
dog
rescue the dog.
Yeah.
Yep, they rescue the dogs, train them, and then pair them. Which,
we love.
come on, we like saving animals, specifically dogs, and then training them to be service animals for vets and families in need is pretty amazing.
It's pretty cool. And at the wine gala, we had a lot of stories told. I won't go into any of them, but I mean, super, super unbelievable, transformative, powerful stories about how having a dog in your life changes it. So it's pretty good. Okay. Reminders around mental health. It's okay to not be okay all the time, or even, so if you're struggling, don't worry about it. And then reminder that having emotions and feelings and thoughts are okay. It just means we're human. So they're just thoughts. They're just emotions. It's just kind of how we handle them. And then I've got 2 mental health quotes. Em, you want to read one?
Yes.
Okay.
You are not weak for struggling. You are strong for facing your battles head on.
Bam. George?
One small crack does not mean that you are broken. It means that you were put to the test and you didn't fall apart.
There you
I like
go.
that one. Those are both really good. Good job, Bruce.
Well, okay. Anyway, so just want everybody to know we're thinking about you. Look around, and if somebody needs something, you don't have to fix anything. All you got to do is be there, hold space, be present, be understanding, and try to listen. Okay. We kind of did all that stuff, I think. I got a big list. Yep. We don't need to go into all the people we supported all summer, so we're pretty good. Oh, okay. I do want to just remind folks in the Bay Area, 2 of our really strong support partners, Next Door Solutions on domestic issues and that, and Second Harvest Silicon Valley, because people still need to eat. So if you're thinking about that. Okay, closing.
Woo!
Come on, get up here.
What's the most important thing in September besides football?
Dan's birthday!
It is Mom's birthday to you. We're almost there.
Okay.
We'll sing it next time.
We'll celebrate with a victory. That would be a great gift, George.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be sure to tell Brock and Coach Shanahan that.
Okay.
Yeah, get them going. Okay. So happy birthday to Jan. Okay. Good. And then I think we talk about that. I had one thing about we're excited about the coming season.
Yeah, we did that.
Buffalo and that. So I'm excited for all of it. And then anything that made you smile this week? Mostly Jan.
Jan made us all smile this week.
Jan's on the accelerator for the exit right now. Yeah. So she's like, we're rolling.
Something that made me smile this week. Very easy. Be on a practice field with Trent Williams and Brandon Ayuk. It made me really happy. And McCaffrey's back out there, but There's just something about Trent Williams. He has an aura around him that he is like the most noticeable person on a football field.
Right.
Like the second he steps on the field, it's like, holy cow, that is Trent Williams.
Yep.
And that's really cool. And I had like a lot of guys who like had never played with him before. They're like, yeah, I noticed him right away.
He's a dude.
And he's the dude. And so just having that back it's really cool and it's special for us. So we're excited to have those boys back, and it put a huge smile on my face, and just happy that because I know one thing I kind of joked with John Lynch about was everyone always asks like what the general manager is doing. No one ever asks how he's doing. So I know now that these are done, he is probably in a much happier place.
Yep.
Not having to deal with the stress of contracts, and so that'll be fun for everybody.
Super fun. Yeah. So hope John gets a good night's sleep. So that'd be great. Emmy, any smiles?
I think just being back with Cody, it was great. We had some visitors. Mom was one of them, but I think just, Cody and I haven't just been alone in a while since I left in June. So these past few months have been really fun, or these past few weeks have been really fun for us. And then Cody and I watched the Underworld series over like the last week. And it was kind of his initiation into that deep culty Kate Beckinsale vampire latex outfit club. If anybody else is a member, we have badges. We can send those out.
We can.
But
Love them.
Yeah, I realized that if we go take any shooting lessons, that she's definitely my inspiration on how she conducts herself with a rifle. So that was quite inspiring. She does some damage.
She does. She's pretty incredible.
She's good.
That was fun. What about you, Dad?
I get up early, and then when I get my coffee, I've been going out now because the sun comes up over the east, and we have a little porch, and there's a little wooden bench on it. And I come out, watch the sun go up. And then this week, we have 2 ravens that live near us. And so they came over and landed right on the garage roof right next to me and just hung out. And that was pretty cool, kind of squawking at me. And as they were there, we have a hummingbird family that lives also in a tree just off to the house. And so the hummingbirds came by and just like hovered like 6 feet in front of me, just like, what are you doing? How you doing? What's going on? And then they zip off, and then the ravens flew off, and the sun popped up, and I was like, I'm killing this. This is pretty good shit. So anyway, life is good. Okay, closing quotes. Thank you, guys. Okay, I've got a couple in from Bruce Lee, and they're all kind of connected. So I'll just read them, and then we won't have time to interpret them, but we'll talk about them later. But we can post them. As you think, you shall be, so shall you become. Right? Thoughts? Okay. Number 2, the consciousness of self is the greatest hindrance to the proper execution of all physical action. That's got a lot going on there. The consciousness of self is the greatest hindrance to the proper execution of all physical action. And lastly, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water, for it can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. So, boom, there we go. That's a wrap. Appreciate it. I just want you both to know I love you. It is so fun to be back kind of in the saddle here with this. Thank you, George, making time. This is your 8th season. And dude, there's just a little bit, the energy and the fire, there's just a kind of a calm, roaring energy to it that feels really, really good. So I am so excited for this season. So really fun. And Emmy, great to see you all the way from Japan, you little female samurai warrior. Yeah. So it's all good. All right. Anything else from the bleachers?
I'm happy to be back too.
Okay. A lot of happiness.
All right, guys. Love you very, very much. And thank you everyone for tuning into Hidden Pearls podcast. We talked about a lot of different meditations, mindfulness practice, some movement practice. And so if you would like to join our group sadhana practice, we're starting it on 9/9. And I'll have all that information linked. If you want to know anything about the other practices that we were talking about, we'll have those linked as well. That's George's hand in a football helmet. You look like you got a real strong hand there, buddy. And we just want to say, spread the love, especially while this month is Suicide Awareness Month. Just, be really compassionate about anybody who might, we never know who's been touched by that. And just who's kind of on the verge of anything. So just spread a lot of love, be kind to people, make everybody's day amazing, and also make sure that you tune into yourself and take care of yourself as well. So thank you so much for tuning into the Hidden Pearls podcast. We love you guys, and we'll see you next week.